One thing I'm not going to do this year, and lots of people have suggested it to me, has been to install. Oh, and if you haven't already, make sure and go and check out the full van tour video that I published ages ago. I'll sort of explain everything it's in here. I will go over this all very, very quickly, but really today I want to focus on the 10 things, 10 2 times 5 things that I want to do to sort of upgrade my conversion of my Ford Transit Custom in 2023, and it'll apply to other vans as well. But before I give you the quick tour, just a quick overview of my philosophy for this van. I want to still be able to use this van as a van. I also want to use it as a mobile office and a camper. So for that reason, everything in here is modular. I can remove everything out of here in about 10 minutes, and then I'm able to use it as a van again. So this isn't like a permanent fixed camper setup. It's designed to be removable, designed to be modular. Okay, so start with a quick tour, and I'm going to show you a couple of things that are new that weren't in my last video. So you'll notice here on the door, I have now added this plastic door store. These things are brilliant, kind of expensive, but it adds a lot of extra storage in your door, and you can see I now have my little toilet roll holder coming out. So if I'm bringing out the portable toilet, I'll set it there. Then I've got my toilet roll dispenser. I've got a little plastic bag dispenser here, and I've got sort of tissues, and I keep a keep a power cable down in there. So I added that on, really happy with it. And then I bought this little tiny set of drawers in IKEA, super cheap, and used magnets to make it even better. Because you look, I pull this forward, that comes off, magnets at the back. That stops that moving while I'm driving. And then in the drawers here, pulling these out, you'll see at the back here, I've got magnetic strips, and then there's magnetic strips at the back of those drawers. Actually, that looks quite tasty. I'm gonna hang on to that. More about this stuff later, actually. Put that there. Right, rest of the van. So I've got this modular system here where I've got my shoes in the bottom here, and I can cook on the top. I keep clothes in here. These are all, I've got lids and all on these, and I can stuff things in the front, shock cord to keep it all in place. I built this bed. It's a full length bed. Again, it's in sections. I can remove it really quickly. We got storage underneath. I removed the bulkhead. I added this window, and I added this window, and I kept this space at the back large enough that I can fit a bike in here. I might be getting a folding bike at some point, which will fit in. So that'll take 2 folding bikes, or a road bike, or a mountain bike. I've got this cabinet that I built that in the bottom here, I've got some food storage, I've got my cooking, I've got water. There's kind of a general purpose area, laptop, power station, storage boxes, that's some food, some other boxes at the top. So let's talk about the 10 upgrades I'm hoping to make this year. Number one, if you're looking around in here, you can see there's a lot of bare metal and a lot of foil. So the number one thing I want to do this year is get all that foil, all that bare metal, coat it in 4-way stretch carpet, because that will add a lot of extra insulation to the van. Even though I do have insulation up in here, I find really cold nights, these parts still get very cold, and bare metal around the edges gets really cold, and just there's so much heat, you're just getting sucked up there. So even just adding that carpet to the top of that is going to stop me losing a lot of that heat. It's going to be a nice thermal upgrade, and it's going to make in here look a lot more complete and less like the inside of a 1960s spaceship. Second thing then is, you'll saw I had a lot of hassle with bringing in the power cable from the hookup point through the window. So that's what I'm doing. Bring 5 meter long cable, bring this in through the window, and then I can plug stuff into it. So what I would like to do is install an actual power connector to the van itself. Not sure exactly where that will go, but it'll involve cutting like a rectangular hole, putting in a box unit, and then I can just plug that directly to the outside of the van. So I've already shown you my door store in the door, but you can get a door store for the Transit Custom and for the VW Transporter as well, for this side as well. Put that down in underneath there. That's going to give me a ton of extra pockets and storage down that side. I love having lots of pockets and storage. Number 4 then is going to be quite a significant upgrade in terms of organization, because you can see at the minute I've got this kind of setup where I've got these boxes, but the problem with that is if you look, there's actually a lot of empty wasted space here, nearly half that vertical height. There's nothing in it, it's just wasted space. So what I want to do is I want to take out this middle bit, remove that, and install 4 different little cupboards that will open up with a shelf in the middle, and that way I will pretty much double my organizational storage for sort of smaller items that I struggle to know where to fit. And actually, while I'm looking at that, I think I am going to have something to eat. I always keep a range of foods in the van, and I try to keep food that I can cook that'll be hot. I also like to keep stuff in the van that's long-term, non-perishable, and can act as a meal replacement, and that's what Y-Food is. And Y-Food have actually sponsored this video, so that worked out quite well, didn't it? I was trying to think about what I could leave in the van long-term, got a message from Y-Food, we'll send you some stuff. Mention our product in your video, and so I will. So Y-Food is what they're calling this, like a smart food, so it's like a meal replacement that's got a ton of vitamins and minerals, and it's a complete, nutritionally complete meal in a ball. Here's the best part, I haven't tried any of the stuff they sent me yet, so if this is bogging, it's not going to be a good ad for this. Okay, it smells good. It smells like an actual chocolate milkshake. That tasted so much better than I thought it was going to. That's so nice. Yeah, it just tastes like a nice thick chocolate milk. I've had meal replacement things in the past where they've been not great. You kind of glug them down to have some, but that is really nice. That's the classic choco. They also have crazy coconut, happy banana, smooth vanilla, and what else we got here? We got a cold brew coffee option as well, which has a load of caffeine in it. Might want to avoid that one at night. And then they also do powders, and they have a vegan range as well if you're that way inclined. And then they do these little bars again, like so many nutrients. I'm really impressed with these. I decided if a company's going to send me food, I'm not going to pre-prepare. I'm going to try it on camera, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't like it, it's not going to make it into the video. Oh, carbon neutral. There we go. 100% recyclable bottle, and the company and the packaging is carbon neutral. So if you want to get yourself some Y-Food, check out, link down in the description, and there'll be a discount code there as well for you. Okay, back to the van then. Number 5 then is what I've noticed with the back here, okay? There's a lot of vertical space here isn't really used. If I get the GoPro in here, you can see, it's hard to tell with the GoPro, but that from there to there is about over a foot of space, and it's just air. It's been used for air at the minute. So what I would like to do is build some kind of shelf that's about this height. It comes right along here, right along there, comes up, and then it gives me a sort of big sort of storage box up here. I'll have to bolt it somehow onto the sides, but it would basically give me the equivalent of this, but along there. In fact, it would actually be bigger because that's wider. So yeah, one of these, bolt it on there. Number 7 is to do with a problem I have. And the problem I have is if I'm working in this fan, like even in winter, it's hard to get enough light in here. And I've got this nice warm light strip that goes along the top there. And also I can stick up this camping lantern, and that can, that'll give me a white light. But what I find is because there's not a lot of light in here during the day, I get really, really sleepy when I'm trying to work, because as I said, it's a mobile office. There's not enough light in the winter gets in here. I mean, it's a sunny day today for once. So I installed this warm light strip along here, which I can control with a little button up here. So what I want to do is I want to add another one of those and bring lighting on around this side. But then I also want to add an option for a white light, because warm light makes you feel tired. White light kind of keeps you up. So I need that. If I crack open the door here, you'll see these rear LEDs come on, and that's a completely different color of light. That's a white light versus an orange light. But I don't really know how to hook into those and make them come on all the time. I don't want to run out of the battery. So yeah, some kind of white light that'll stop me getting sleepy and dozy during the day. Number 8 then is some kind of shower. I've been using shower wipes. These things here, like fresh wipes, shower wipes. You can give yourself a wipe down with these, and it kind of works as a substitute for a shower. But if I don't have access to shower for several days, or I get like really, really muddy, I just don't have any way to get myself cleaned off properly. And so I want to either get, there's two options here, I can get a solar shower, which is basically like a black bag with like a hose attached to a little shower head. Or I've discovered you can get rechargeable battery powered showers. So you heat up your water, you stick one end of this thing in a bucket, and then it's an actual power shower. It's a power shower, and it comes in quite a small package, and there's a number of those. I've linked a few of them on Amazon. I'm going to get one and try it, because yeah, if you've been out in the mountains or you've been camping or something, you don't want to come back to the van for a wipe down. You want to have a proper warm shower, and the way I'd use that is open the back doors, put a tarp around, and then I can stand there and get my shower. Number 9 then is, you'll notice I've got no tables in here, no shelves, or no, that I can sit and work at. So I can't just sit here, and work. So I mean, at the minute, if I want to work, I sort of lean like this, put the laptop on my knee, but yeah, it kind of gets uncomfortable after a long time. So I want to develop something where I can sit here. I'll have cushions behind me, or I'll have to figure that out. And then a table comes down, and I can put my computer on the table and work like this. So some kind of folding. Not sure how that will work when I put the cabinets in, but yeah, something that will just make it a little bit more easy to work in here. Number 10 then is, this is perfectly set up for me at the minute, but I also sometimes want to use the van with myself and my wife Louise to go on holidays, and currently it sleeps 1 great and 2 uncomfortably. So I want a way that I can convert this into a double bed. I think the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to get 2 more sheets of plywood that I can store onto this mattress, and then I set them kind of, as you can see, there's a bit of a lip here. So I can put 1 sheet of plywood will go on there, maybe some kind of hooks to secure it in place, tuck it in underneath there, and then another one at the top, which can then sit on top of one of these units, and then I can get a thin strip of mattress, put it right down there, and it'll basically make me a narrow double bed, so I can get 2 people in here sleeping more comfortably. Number 11 then is, I think I might replace this window. I mean, this window's fine, but this is the first thing I put in the van. I didn't realise how little light it actually lets in, because it's like 80% tinted glass. It's letting in very, very little light. If I open this, you'll see how much more light you get in. See that? Maybe you didn't see that. Yeah, so it doesn't let very much light in, and I'm losing the entire panel anyway, so I might as well put a full-size window in here. I'll just let a lot more light into the back, and also solve that problem I have with being tired during the day a little bit more. So yeah, probably going to replace that. One final one there, 12, is you can see how much stuff I've got in here, and this is just for me on my own. And yeah, a lot of it's redundant. I've got my home comforts. I mean, I've even got like a bookshelf. I got a library in here, so I do carry a lot of stuff. When I go on holiday, I always have my clothes bags, a gadget bag, my outdoor kit. I have so much stuff with me, so I don't even have any like paddle boards or anything like that in here. So I might get roof bars and a roof box that I can use during the summer. If I bring in something like paddle boards, I can stick them up there just to give me a little bit of extra space. Those are my 10, 11, 12 upgrades I'm hopefully going to be making to my van conversion this year. Let me know which one was your favourite, and let me know if you've got any tips about things that I could do. One thing I'm not going to do this year, and lots of people have suggested it to me, has been to install a diesel heater. And the reason I'm not going to install a diesel heater, it goes back to my original philosophy. A diesel heater is just a more kind of permanent fixture. It requires you to have an area that's sealed off, that's designated. It needs to be wired into a battery to power it. You need to have you need to have a fuel tank, and you need to drill a hole through the bottom of the van where the heater exhaust is going to go, and I'm just not committing to that yet. In the winter, what I tend to be doing is I'll get the campsite so I can plug in, I can run electric heaters, or if that doesn't work, I put the window down and I'll run the gas stove and kind of take the chill out of the air. It's not ideal, but to keep my usage of the van flexible, that's probably what I'm going to keep doing for now. I might completely change my mind and eventually put in a diesel heater, but yeah, not at the minute. But anyway, Thanks for watching. Thanks to all the channel members who support the channel. Thanks to all the subscribers who watch. And maybe someday I will catch you in a campsite, in a van. These are starting to sound really creepy. I'm not some kind of murderer person. You know, help yourself, Stephen. Just go. Okay. Bye.